Good afternoon all, and welcome back to my channel. As the title implies, we have a lot to discuss. Call me a chef because I've been cooking. First things first, really quickly, just wanted to say thank you for the positive support on the last PTS Sasuke video. I think it surpassed 3,000 views, which is yeah, higher than average, so thank you guys. I appreciate the support. There's a lot to talk about, so I'm just gonna have to jump right in. Getting my cheat codes in. I kind of miss the days of teaser trailers. I kind of want to post one, but I'm like, nah, I'll just save everything, all the hype for the first official trailer coming later this year. But I kind of miss teaser trailers because they let me talk about a lot of the stuff in one video after like a long time has passed. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about in this video. Let's jump into a practice battle. First things first, for those who are not in Discord or have not been following the post or are just behind and missed it, there is a new character in the game. I've gone and added Shizune, surprise to those who didn't expect her. But yeah, no, she's always been planned. It's kind of weird that she was never in a Clash in the game to begin with because she was such a vital role in the main story of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I don't understand how you have Tsunade and not Shizune. And also, like, she did fight against Kabuto, so, like, we know what she can do. So anyway, she's definitely in the game. Obviously, her moveset doesn't come until Season 4 when she's introduced. But nonetheless, expect Shizune to get a character-specific moveset in Season 4. Her character model is already in the game. Another reason why I did this was because why I did her, it wasn't just to take a break from movesets. It was also, I needed to prove a point, a proof of concept, and I did. This is more technical side, but I usually just import the models directly from the Clash Ninja games, and I'll tweak them a little bit, like textures, but I don't really change too much usually. Like this Onko model's straight for, actually not Onko, actually where's a good example? I guess Jiraiya, this model's ripped straight from GNT Special, so I don't have to do anything fancy, I just edit the textures a little bit and put them in the game. But if I do want to make changes like in Blender to the actual model, that requires me to import into Blender and then export from Blender, which actually causes an import issue. An example of this is Tsunade. For Tsunade's model, I did need to add in that jacket, her coat, and this required me to go into Blender. And one thing that happens when you export from Blender is, not to get too technical, all the bones get rotated on, I think it's the X-axis, causing the animations to no longer work. So what I was doing before was, I have a program that will then have Tsunade's regular bones from her original model as the main bones, and then when I load in this model, it'll then map all those warped bones underneath. So if I have like the left hand bone will now be a child of the in-game model bone, and it's this weird logic that I've done. Anyway, that's what I've been doing so far to get Blender models working in the game with animations. But I was watching a modding video recently of Mario Kart 8 of all things, and he showed me a unique tool in Blender where you can rotate origin, which basically means I can rotate multiple objects as if they were being rotated individually, which means I can now rotate the like hundreds of bones in these characters to correct the axes, so that way I won't have to run that code in the background. And so I tried it with Shizune, and it ended up working. So this is actually a Blender model that I don't have to have all those background programs running. She is straight out of Blender, working just fine. I was able to correct the export issue by just manually rotating the bones with that that new feature. She also proved a second concept, which was I wanted to learn how to merge assets together. Again, another example of this model would be Tsunade. That code is actually from Onko. That's Onko's code, and I tweaked it, but that's actually technically a separate model completely with its own bones. And same story, using that same logic that I used for Blender models, I just mapped the arm bone from the coat to the shadow skeleton in there, so that way it looks like it's connected, but they're actually two completely different models that are just sunk through script. With Shizune, I didn't have to do that. I practiced and learned how to merge models and assets together from different parts of bodies. So this is actually Tsunade's feet, Ino's legs, Tsunade's feet and arms and hands, Ino's legs, Tamari's dress, or kimono, and Onko's head/hair. So that's 4 different characters that I've merged into one, and this is actually considered one, like one asset. There's no multiple things, there's no background running anything. I got them all to run correctly and merge the way I need it to, which fixes so many issues with other models that I would run into. So all kinds of things I learned just making this Shizune model, which will make me be able to make much higher quality models in the future. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that with her. Random fun fact, as I was doing this, obviously Temari was the obvious choice to use as a base for the kimono, but I actually learned there's evidence, or not evidence, but there's a theory, there's evidence to support a theory that Shizune might have been planned for a previous Clash into even having a model, because when I was doing her collar, let me see if I can point, you guys should be able to see these clicks. When I was doing her collar, this part, actually, the collar was halfway modeled, like sculpted onto Temari's model. It was just textured, of course, to be the same color as the rest of the kimono. Which, to me, was kind of evidence that maybe there was a collar there originally, which maybe Temari's Shippuden model was based off of an older scrapped Shizune model, because the collar was halfway sculpted, even though it wasn't, you wouldn't be able to see that without looking at the like tries. So another theory to support this was Temari's head actually is modeled underneath the headband, and I'm pretty sure she is the only model in the entirety of the franchise to actually have a forehead modeled behind the headband, for a model that would otherwise never take it off and never been seen in the show with it off. So again, evidence to support maybe that head used to be with a forehead, like Shizune having a forehead. I had to add that in from Onko's model. And the last evidence to support that is Temari's feet are actually oversized. I had to shrink them down to make them look normal, but they're super thick, vertically specifically. And I'm wondering if maybe they used to be high like Tsunade's feet. And then they just warped them, so maybe they were used to be high heels that were then changed into regular shoes, which were then stretched to meet the proportions, which again is evidence to support that could have been an old Shizune model that was transformed into Shippuden Temari. But it's just a theory, nothing confirmed, but I have a pretty good hunch after seeing that the collar was actually half modeled in already, and I just have to finish it. Anyway, Shizune's in the game, yeah. So, let's move on to the next thing we're going to talk about, which is actually PTS Naruto. I know you guys are here for Sasuke. We will get to him. Trust me. He's going to take up like the last half of this video, among some other fun goodies with his Sharingan mode. But anyway, let's get Naruto really quickly. And let's see. Yeah, why not? Just Naruto and Sasuke. We will go to, yeah, we'll go to Valley, why not? Okay, excuse me. So first things first is I updated Naruto's taunt for 2 reasons. One, he used to just do a little shadow clone pose, which, yeah, anyway, I ended up changing it, and he can now do sexy jutsu alone. Obviously he has harem jutsu as a special throw, but just as a regular taunt, I changed it back to harem sexy jutsu, just like in Clash of Ninja 1 and 2. But this also, what I also did was add in the ability to hold certain taunts. So not everyone can do this, like Sasuke's taunt cannot be held, and I'll get to that in a second. But Naruto's taunt can be held. And it functions just like it did in the original games, attack the sexy jutsu, and it causes a counter attack. But yeah, you can hold your sexy jutsu. Obviously you can just tap it for no chakra, or you press and hold, and it will only start draining chakra after the original free amount of time. I think it's 35 frames of full taunt, and then obviously if you hold it anything longer than 35 frames, then it will, yeah, it'll drain chakra for duration. This will be good for characters like Naruto and Kakashi that have special attributes tied to them, like Kakashi can read his book, and then do 1,000 years of death if he gets struck. So same story here, except for it's harem jutsu. I'm sorry, sexy jutsu for this one, and then harem is the shadow clone version. Anyway, so yeah, I changed Naruto's taunt. If you guys want to see what it does, here I can use a player too. This is what it does. Oh, let me join. All right. Oh, that's a glitch. He's not supposed to be able to get hit. He's supposed to be invulnerable. Let's try that again. Why the hell? This was a glitch before and I fixed it, and this is the first time I'm seeing it happen again. I hate programming! You're supposed to be invulnerable, and it's coded to be vulnerable, but there's something that turns off the invulnerability for some reason, and I don't know what. And it makes me really upset because I spend so much time doing these things, and it just breaks for no reason! And it wasn't even working with the punch. That's what's supposed to happen, but for some reason his invulnerability frames are getting turned off, and that's actually on top of another glitch where the hitbox is supposed to not even register. Anyway, that's a story for bug fixing, and one of those things where it's like it's coded to work one way and it just doesn't for some reason. So I'll dive back into it again later. Anyway, I won't get too upset on camera, sorry guys. It was such a frustrating time dealing with that, and I hate that that has made itself back into the demo. Anyway, moving on, Sasuke's taunt also gets updated. I'll just mirror to make it easier. Actually, no, I won't. I'll go back to P2. So this is Sasuke's taunt. That is actually a reference to, you guys may remember when he first opens the Demon Wind Shuriken. He does like a little quick pose with it first. So anyway, yeah, that's where that animation is derived from. And I don't have him do anything with the Demon Wind Shuriken. I may change it, we'll see. But yeah, right now it's just just a generic, not generic, but yeah, just a counterattack. And obviously you see it's clearly not attacking him. Anyway, I'll figure out what the bug is with Naruto's throw later. Okay, so now we talk about that. Now we can get into Sasuke's moveset with the Sharingan mode. And we'll just have this one start off with Sharingan Sasuke. Yeah, there's his pose. Let me show it to you guys. Yeah. Sharingan Sasuke!
Are you ready for me?
Alright. Slightly different versus screen.
Begin.
Alright, now for the good stuff. Yeah, obviously we changed his taunt. I think that's the only thing I've changed on him since the last video. I feel like there was something else, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, so yeah, PTS Sasuke, you guys already know he's been done for a while. What I have obviously added now is the Sharingan mode. That's not Sharingan, this is Sharingan. Obviously he has his pose in now. He gets the eye trails to signify he's in Sharingan mode. So let's dive into his moveset. So I'll start off with the B combos first. So his neutral B does change in Sharingan mode. So specifically on the 4th hit. This is what it looks like normally on the 4th hit. It's usually a kick like that. But now he does Lee's primary lotus kick. So that's the 4th hit now. And the full combo is... Yep, his final attack is also different, being a launcher instead of the original down one. Obviously you guys knew that. Another combo that has changed is his 6B. I've also changed the 3rd attack. This is actually from Super GNT 4. They gave him the primary lotus kick as well for the 3rd attack on his 6B combo for Sharingan for this mode. In GNT 4 though, Super, you can only do it into a fireball jutsu. In my game, I also went on and added in the rest of the B combo to basically be his original neutral B, with the exception of the 4th hit. So, so this combo now can still be used with Sharingan Sasuke just as a 6B, while neutral B gets the new Sharingan combo. 4B is the same, and of course its variants. And then, oh yeah, and the same for neutral. The primary lotus kick can always obviously go into the fireball jutsu. Up B is the same. And then, let me see. 2B changes, based also on Super GNT 4. He gets an extra kick. So this would be the full B combo. Alright. So that would be the full B combo. You can do a fireball off that 2nd attack, and then everything else is the same, of course. This one looking like that. Yeah, everything else is the same. Now we have the and Run B, of course. Run B is the exact same as well. RB. So the next thing we'll move on to are the A combos. all the neutral, basically most A combos did change. So instead of kunai, he now throws shuriken. So as we all know, kunai can be changed into paper bombs, and then shuriken can be made tracking. So he actually throws out, I think it's 6 shuriken here. Usually, when you're at a distance, they usually don't all hit, because they're all going different directions. But of course, if you turn those to tracking shuriken, all of them will hone in, and you can get all of them to hit. So pretty cool there. Same thing with his up and his down shuriken; those have been changed. 6A is still the fireball jutsu. And then, oh yeah, 4A used to be a teleport, but and back A was a taunt. So now since we have our 4Y taunt, now up A can now just be turned into shuriken again. And then our back A will be the teleport move, but this time obviously you go behind them just like before. So so regular one teleports forward, and then this in Sharingan mode you specifically teleport behind them when there's that invisible wall to warp you. Yeah. And of course that goes for all of them, that link as well. Yeah, they'll all be that. Anything else that I changed? I'm trying to think. Why does the frame rate keep dropping? I have no idea why that's happening. Like, there's nothing on screen that's causing it to drop. I think it's my computer. I think my computer is just time to get a new computer. Because there's no reason why the frame should be dropping. There's nothing on screen that would be causing it to drop. It just will just slow down and then return to normal. So I think it's my computer at this point. It's time. See, like there's a slowdown, but why? Anyway, man, this video is really, yeah, trials of building a game. I think that's mainly it for the Sharingan mode in terms of moveset stuff. Oh, I guess that's one thing. Let me put this on mirror. So, I can edit the size of the fireballs. So, on the left is regular, on the right is Sharingan. So, Sharingan mode's fire style is slightly bigger than regular. So, it just has a bigger hitbox, meaning it gets a tiny bit of extra range. So, that's one perk. But that's really it, it's just slightly bigger. Let's see, is there anything else other than that I can think of? His taunt is just like in the originals, so yeah, it just teleports you behind. That's all. It's just a teleport one. Oh yeah, his run A is also a teleport. So yeah, since this does replace the Demon Wind Shuriken, the only other way to access Demon Wind Shuriken in Sharingan mode is to do the 4BAA, or 4BBA. That's you can still throw the Shuriken that way, but his obviously running will be that one. Yeah, and I think that is officially it for moveset changes. Yeah, and now for the fun stuff. So I've been hyping a lot on the Sharingan mode and how the ocular jutsu will have lore accurate properties. Let's talk about those lore accurate properties now. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on block. And here's what I will do. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn off his Sharingan for a second. So obviously we know when you stand still you do a normal block. When you activate your Sharingan, this occurs. Yeah, he's dodging. Obviously, we knew Shikamaru did this, but I decided to make this a lore-accurate mechanic. Remember, when you have your Sharingan open, you can read opponents' movements, causing you to be able to block and dodge attacks because you anticipate their moves. So I decided to make that standardized for all Sharingan users. So when your Sharingan is open, you dodge now instead of blocking. This does have, it's not just for visuals though. The chip damage also goes away. Here's an example. Oops. So look at, here, I'll turn on, well yeah, I'll put power recovery off for now. So when you block, you see he's taking chip damage. Every move in my game gives chip damage. And also, it gives chip damage. So that's the point. But when you are in Sharingan mode and you're anticipating, you don't take chip damage. So that is a perk of this. So yeah, no chip damage. Unless it's a weapon. Weapons, you kind of, yeah, those will still do normal chip damage. But in terms of taijutsu, you can anticipate taijutsu and block and dodge. The other property on it is if you are anticipating it, since you're not actively blocking, it takes 75% of your, instead of 100% off your block. So basically, if I were to punch anywhere to block it, it would take the full amount of block meter down. If you were to dodge it, it only takes, you can dodge longer than you can block. Since the impacts aren't landing, you can do it for longer. So yeah, anyway, I went and added that for all Sharingan users. This works until you reach 25% of your max block. Once you hit that 25%, you will return to blocking and that block can be broken. So this only works for the first 75% of your blocking, and for that 75%, it will be elongated because now you're, obviously you're gaining a little bit. So you can block for longer, but you can only block for 75%, and then it will return to normal, and then you'll start taking full damage back, and then of course can get your god shattered. So yeah, that is one of the unique properties of the Sharingan, is giving you the ability to block. There is another use case. This is the same methodology for Kamui. So yes, I did. I went on and added in Kamui for specifically Mangekyo Sharingan users for Obito's Mangekyo Sharingan. Here, I'll be giving out for this one just to make it. I'll do Umbu. Why not? And then DMS Kakashi. So Kamui is actually even more kind of broken. Here, let me put this on P2 and block one for everyone. Let me, if I open my Sharingan, obviously Kakashi can now block because he's anticipating the moves, or dodge. And then the same thing works for Mangekyo. Mangekyo is also considered a Sharingan that can do the dodging. But this being dual Mangekyo Sharingan, he then has Kamui. So since that's active from the beginning, I don't have to open any Sharingan because that's the whole character. Attacks just phase through you. Kamui only works for the first 50% of your block. After 50%, then you'll start using your Sharingan to block. That's to go off the lore that you can only teleport for a certain amount of time, as Conan told us. Of course, Kamui does have a limit. So my limit is 50% of your block meter. The first 50% you can use Kamui. The next 25% will be blocking or dodging with your Sharingan by reading their movements, and the final 25% is you're going to take that chip damage. Kamui also only takes half the amount of block points it would normally take. So half the block points for Kamui, 75% the block points if you're dodging, and then 100% if you're just taking the hit and blocking. So yeah, he'll just phase through the attacks until I reach 50%, and then he should start dodging soon. Obviously it's going to take a while because he's only taking half, so it means it's going to take quite a bit. Yep, then he starts dodging for 25% and then blocking. It is kind of broken, but don't forget Kamui is it takes a lot of energy out. So like anyone using a dual using that Mangekyo is not going to have a lot of stamina. So there will be ways to, of course, balance these things, but these will give you lore accurate incentives to use these characters' moves. Why would you use DMS over regular Kakashi? Well, DMS gets Kamui, which is pretty fucking broken. I mean, look at this. It's kind of cool. I'll obviously add sound effects for the Kamui phasing soon, but that'll come when I actually program in Kamui. But yeah, that's how it works. That's the effects of the Kamui and the Sharingan. So anyway, this video is long enough. This is kind of the game in its current state. Let me know what you guys think of all these changes. There will be many more ocular jutsu like this. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not even done talking about Kamui. Kamui has a few extra properties on top of Sharingan. So not only with the dodging, all you're doing is dodging. You just avoid chip damage. Not only does Kamui avoid chip damage, it also has half the recovery frames. So you can actually kind of start just fighting in the middle of their combo. It's not necessarily that it's smart. You may still get hit depending on your timing, but the recovery is much quicker. Specifically twice as fast when you're in Kamui. It's almost like having super armor. So if you know when to use it and how to use it appropriately, you can just interrupt combos like that. It's stupid. Yeah, so that's one of the properties of Kamui. Another property is, let me open up my Sharingan. So if there is an attack that hits you into the air, you can't dodge that. So dodging is normal, but if it's an attack that takes you airborne, then we're just gonna have to take the hit. That's just how that's how it worked in the original games. That's how it works in mine. Unless it's Kamui. Kamui also avoids being able to get launched. Now this logic is true as well when you're dodging, like if you're doing the actual new God mechanic. This is also true. So anyone has this particular feature. If you if you just block it, it won't. You'll still get launched. But if you use the full guard meter with a little bit of chakra, it'll keep you grounded. The concept is that you're using chakra in your feet when you do this to keep your feet on the ground. So that's the principle, the lore principle behind not getting launched when you're doing the guard mechanic. It's just with Kamui, you don't even need to do that. With Kamui, just for free as a Sharingan ability, you're just unfazed by it, and it's stupid. I love Kamui. It's not perfect yet. I'll obviously have to tweak it when I get to it. For example, like weapons are triggered to disappear when they make contact. So I'll have to program this so that weapons don't disappear, because the weapon should be able to phase through you. Not an issue with the punch, because the punch is going to come back anyway, but it's something I'll have to program in with ninja tools. The ninja tools should be able to just pass through you and keep on going when you're in Kamui specifically. And also, I guess technically dodging, I didn't even think about that with dodging. Oh yeah, you can't dodge ninja tools. So that's what it was. Yeah, a ninja tool, you'll just always have to do that, or deflect it. But Kamui will definitely they'll be able to phase through you with Kamui. So anyway, so yeah, that's Kamui. That's where the game is so far. Let me know what you guys think about these broken hacks. I cannot wait to show you some of the future things I plan on doing with some of the other Ocular Jutsu. Like, I already have the plans for Byakugan. So yeah, it's going to be great getting to pick some of these characters and having lore-accurate, unique character attributes that give you incentives to use base versus Sharingan versus Mangekyo. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really excited for this. Cheers. Have a great day.